What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So a lot of new players make a really big mistake when adding fusion parts. They either add too many or not enough. If you want or need the car to run as fast as possible, then you are going to need to install all the fusions on it, but that's not always necessary. But if you do need the car to run as fast as possible, let's start off by talking about that. So you want stage 6, stage 5, stage 4, stage 3, stage 2, and stage 1 all to be filled with fusion parts. A lot of people upgrade the car to stage 5 and they just put these stage 5 fusion parts in, and then the car runs really slow. Now stage 6 parts are something you're going to acquire while playing, and those are a lot harder to get, but we'll talk about those a little later. If you just simply upgrade the car to stage 5 and you only put fusions on stage 5, that car is going to be very slow because it's going to be missing a lot of the parts that make it run fast. If you want the car to run as fast as possible, you do need to have every single fusion part the car can hold installed. Now, when I say some people will install way too many fusion parts, let's go talk about that. Most of the racing events in this game will require the car to be very highly upgraded, but they don't necessarily require every single upgrade on the car. The car doesn't always have to be 100% maxed out. So to save fusion parts for the next car, what I like to do is only upgrade the car enough to beat the current event or task I'm trying to complete. And that way, let's just say I'm working with a Honda. Next time I get another Honda, I'm going to have some fusion parts left over to throw on that car. If you have a Honda fusion part, that will fit on any Honda in the game. Now, stage 6 parts are car specific. Let's just say I'm running an S2000. Only S2000 stage 6 parts will fit on that S2000, but any Honda Fusion will fit on any Honda in the game. Let's just pretend I was racing the Tempest 3 Tier 2 boss with this car and I want to beat him. With this particular car, I only need stage 5 parts. I don't even need to install the stage 6 parts, which is rare. No other tier 2 cars are like that, but this car will do it on stage 5 parts only. And that means I have no reason to install the stage 6 parts or the fusions on the stage 6, which means next time I get a Mazda, I can use those fusion parts that are left over to put on the next Mazda. Now, if you find out, hey, my car is not fast enough, I can't beat this event, make sure you're shifting it correctly, make sure you have it tuned correctly, and then if that's not the case, just install some more parts until you can beat the event. Now, when you're racing one of the bosses, you only get one chance, so make sure your car is more than fast enough to beat the boss before you race him, because you don't want to lose that boss race and miss out on that car. But as long as it's not one of those boss races, well, you only have one chance. If you lose, you can just come back and re-race it. So go install more parts, race the event again, and if it's still not fast enough, maybe install some more parts. But I only install as many parts as I have to on a car in order to make it beat the current event that I'm trying to finish. Fusion parts are not exactly easy to get, and for some brands, the fusions can be extremely rare. For example, Pontiacs or Shelby's, good luck getting parts for those. So you do not want to waste any parts you don't have to. If you have to uninstall parts from a car, unfortunately it's going to cost you a fortune in gold, and you don't want to waste your resources either. But for some good ways to get fusion parts is come up to the map, run all the little daily races, run the daily battle, run the supply cups, the crew cups, the token cups, run the showdown races. Just come out to the map and finish all the little daily races, and those will load you up on some fusion parts. If you come into Rare Imports, make sure you collect all of the free crates, because that is a huge source of fusion parts. So go in there every single day when you first log in. This is probably the first thing you should do, is go into Rare Imports and collect all your free crates. Or if you have silver keys or bronze keys, you can actually open crates to get parts for certain cars, which is really nice, but that's if you have the keys and if you want to spend those keys on those particular cars. It does take a really long time and lots of playing to save up a bunch of fusion parts, so you want to be as stingy with them as possible, especially if you're a brand new player. What I like to do is upgrade my car to stage 5 parts before I install any fusions, and then after it's at stage 5, what I like to do is just go in there, I install all the greens and all the blues and maybe a couple of the pink parts. And then if I find the car is not fast enough, then I'll start installing more of the pink parts, because the pink parts are the most rare. The green parts and the blue parts are pretty common. The game does throw you a lot of green parts. They throw you a pretty decent amount of blue parts if it's a common brand. Like I said, some brands are very uncommon, but the pink parts are very hard to get, so I try and save as many of those as possible for when I need them for the next car. So bottom line is, only install as many parts as you need to. Get that car up to stage 5, add any stage 6 parts that you have, and then just install the amount of fusions needed. If you're doing showdown races, how fast the car is matters. That's the one time where the car needs to be maxed out. So you want to have the fastest car available, and you want to have that maxed out to do the best in the showdowns. But for any other type of racing event, you don't normally have to have the car max. Sometimes you might have to have it close, and in some cases you only need to install a handful of the parts and not all of them. Me personally, I won't upgrade a car just for showdown because I may never drive that car again, so I just use whatever I have and do the best I can even if I don't get far in it. Some people will completely upgrade a car for showdown, but that's personal preference. But showdown racing is for a different video, not this one. This is really just a guide on fusions. Let's talk about stage 6 parts real quick. Now, stage 6 parts can be very, very hard to get. I've been playing this game going on 7 years. There's some cars that I've had for 7 years, and I'm still missing 1 or 2 stage 6 parts for those cars. You're going to mainly acquire stage 6 parts from opening crates and doing little events. So just like I said, go out to the map, do all the little daily races, do any event you can that you have the cars for. As a new player, it takes a lot of patience in this game, or you have to spend a lot of money, one or the other. But if you have patience, after a couple of months, you'll notice you're acquiring all kinds of really awesome stuff, and your account's going to grow, and you're going to be able to do way more stuff in the game. So yeah, it just takes a little while to build stuff up as a free-to-play or a cheap-to-play player. When I first started, I actually felt like my account was never going to go anywhere. I'm like, it takes so long to get all this stuff. I'm barely making any game cash. I don't have enough parts for these cars. But after a few months, I was like, bam! I've got all this stuff now. This is awesome. So I didn't spend a dime for the first couple of years I played this game because I couldn't really afford it. And, you know, you don't have to spend money on this game. It definitely helps. It's good to support the game if you're playing it. I mean, it takes a lot of money to keep the servers running, to pay the employees, all the research, development, making the new cars. That's expensive. So support your game if you can, but you don't have to spend thousands or hundreds of dollars constantly. But if you can spend a little bit here or there, that's pretty cool. But I think we covered just about everything you need to know about fusion parts, how to get them, how to acquire them, how to install them, which ones you need to have installed, how to save some, how they work, all that good stuff. So yeah, but anyways, I think that's going to wrap this video up. If you found this helpful, make sure you smash that like button. That would help me out big time. Feel free to leave a comment and ask questions, or just tell me what you thought about today's video. I would definitely like to hear from you guys. I've been playing this game so long, I've got a lot of fusion parts saved up, but there's still certain brands where I don't have hardly any because it's super rare. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you drop down the video's description, you'll see a bunch of game news, my Discord server, my other YouTube channels. You'll see some ways to help support the channel and all kinds of good stuff. So drop that down, check that out. If you really enjoy this content, maybe consider a channel membership. That really helps this channel keep going and bringing you videos just like this. Huge shout out to all my channel members, and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Lightning out. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. See ya.